Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing look at the tutorial for Revolution Under Siege. We are recording this I'm streaming this live while recording this, and so we're going to have some fun with the interaction. Quick sync our lands. Gamer's back. Yep. Standard modern Dutch tactics. Enemy invades, sink the nation under the sea. Okay, let's continue. If the general is not part of a chain of command, i.e. the stack is neither a corps nor an army, he suffers 50% penalty known as out of command chain penalty. So a 1-star general will generate 2 CP, not 4. A number of command points in a single stack can receive is limited to 22 or 11 if outside of the chain of command. Okay, you can have bigger as well command stacks. You can unit panels. Select the Finland Army Group HQ. Finland Army Group, Mannerheim. Okay. Click. Oh, okay. Otherwise, just click it. Okay. There are 3 generals, Mannerheim being a 4-star, the rest being 2-star, 1-star. If a general doesn't command a unit, you will see his stars directly on the unit panel. Otherwise, just click either portrait and see if there is a 2-star or 1-star NATO symbol. The elements, let's reassign Luftstorm to the Finnish Army Group to help with the command points. Click on Luftstorm's unit in the command panel and drag and drop him onto the Finnish Army tab. Now select the Finnish Army. Okay, so we're we need to close this, I think. Okay, Luftstorm. Nope. I did something wrong here. So we wanted to move into the Finland Army. Okay. There we go. There we go. Points. Click on Luftstorm's unit panel, drag and drop on the Finland Army. Now select the Finland Army. They are now receiving 12 command points. Remember, the stack is independent and not a corps or army. There's a 50% penalty, a 20% pulsating. Okay, well, I see 10, but whatever. One may have changed since they made the tutorial. Our unit needs at least 16 command points in the tool tab. No, okay. So what about legs on your chair? Okay, arid. I hope those are nice things you're saying, and I'm guessing Finnish, but we don't need to, of course, be demonetized. Nice things are good. As long as we are fixing things, let's help out Hugland's group. Select that tab, Hugland's column. Okay, to the left, the unit panel, you'll see several buttons. This special orders panel, there are 3 groups of buttons visible via the symbols at the top of the panel. Here, okay. Please select wavy arrow. Okay, a wavy arrow, a tent, and a pistol. Click on the tent to access the command unit organization. There we go, tent. Please select General Hugland. On the special orders panel, you will have a button for some soldiers in that tent. Okay, the general's leader, this is not free. Please check the tooltip. For this command, press the button. think I did that right. Now we select overlaying and the units to integrate into this division. Hold Control keys to select all these units. You're into a single division, you can do this. Clicking on Combine button. There we go. There we go. Yay! We did something. To a single division, you can either click the Combine, okay, hit the symbol, okay, tent symbol, or by hitting the 9 single, you disappear. Okay, yes, that's happened. Okay, if you look next to the envelope symbol, you can see the combat penalty has decreased to 10%. Okay, because you organize units in division, they need less command points. Yay! I mean, I was just really stealing lyrics from. Okay, cool. Fine. You know, I'm just seeing weird letters appearing. I think Eric had a stroke. Well, that he may have had a stroke too, or no. And just as he's mashing stuff on his keyboard. Posting Finnish propaganda. Well, that ain't the worst thing in the world. If it's white Finnish propaganda, that is. Okay. Okay, command points due to the out of command chain penalty is still lax. Okay, the highest level of chain of command army is the army which command center operates. Thanks to its headquarters, attached to an army are one or more corps, and each can hold several divisions. Right? Yes. At the movement, our forces contain neither an army or at the moment. Yes. Army nor corps, so we have to create them. Select the Finnish Army HQ now. There we go. To build an army, you need a 3 or 4-star general. Let's give command to Mannerheim. To do so, you need to have the tent tab selected. We have it. Select the special orders panel, then pass the mouse without clicking over the button of the officers tab before the table. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Reserve all 3 of the 4-star generals and will not cause a return pointed to command if the Finns had one. Name another 3-star general as army commander, but we would see that this general's less seniority will get in trouble with Mannerheim himself. So it will cause rippling problems among the nation. Very interesting, knowing the national morale. So they have a, and I can see this in the, especially in the Russian part of the Russian Civil War effect. They were very, very quick analysis here. One of the reasons, and there's more than one, trust me, more than one, but one of the reasons the whites lose the Civil War, in my opinion, and a major one, not the biggest one, but one of the major ones, is, shall we say, command jealousy. Or, and I don't know if that's quite the right word, but, you know, they're sort of, hey, I was Grand Archduke whatever, field marshal this under the Tsar, so I must be the one in charge. And then some other guy, yeah, but I was also this other, you know, the same type of thing, but of a different area under the Tsar. And so there's all this conflict going on in the Russian high command as to who is in charge. And some of the stuff, because you have what, Kolchak, back here with the Republic of the Ushkashovkas. I'm sure I'm butchering that. And, fighting back here sort of on the Ural front. And then you had the guys down here on the sort of, I don't know, what is this, the Don front or whatever you want to call it down here. And yeah, you really can't, there was no direct connection. I mean, they had, I don't know whether it was radio or carrier pigeon or whatever, but they had some, general idea of communication back and forth. But the guy commanding over here can't command here in any meaningful way, just at the time technologically not capable of happening for, like I say, meaningful way. And so you have some of that, but even within the sort of command fronts, you have who is an acceptable commander to the others. And so you may get a bunch of, say, 2-star generals that none of them can agree that a different one of them should be the leader. Now, they might accept some other higher level, higher ranking, older person that doesn't conflict with them. And so you get this really bad problem of a lack of centralized purpose. Now, part of it is, like we were sort of saying, is geographical in that you have Moscow in the center here, and whether it's the Finns, the Baltic states, Bolshevik over out there, the guys down in the south, they're all pressing from different angle or different paths in, which is a problem, but you have a centralized command that can deal with it, where these are all disparate by geography as well. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to read all of your lyrics, Ari, but go ahead and post them. I'm cool with that. Okay, if you read it to a manner has the most seniority. So I could see that as that if you have a leader that is a better leader, putting him in charge of something in some of the Russian white units might not be the best thing because of that sort of problem. Because somebody like Wrangel, who, what was he, a colonel at the time of the revolution? Is definitely one of the better, maybe not the best, I don't know, but one of the better white generals. And probably one of the ones that is most focused on winning the war, where a lot of them are focused on very political games. And it's not just like the idea that, hey, yeah, I'm living in luxury here and the troops outside are cold, hungry, and whatnot. There is an element to that going on that the generals didn't care. They did care, at least I would say they cared, but it's just more the way they were used to living. But that isn't the real problem. It's more of, a lack of drive to push in, meaning that they have their army. They're worried about supplying it. A lot of times they go, yeah, well, we have 10 bullets for every soldier that we have. So, and so they're worried about the supply. So they don't want to push on the enemy because they don't have the, the munitions. Because once you fire those 10 bullets, now all you have is a short pike, a rifle with a bayonet on it. And it, compared to a guy that has any sort of number of bullets, you're at a massive disadvantage. So they're often worrying about their supply chain. Sure, a few guys at the top are often living in luxury, and that is a bit of an actual problem, using not best using your supply chain resources, and it's part of a perception problem for your soldiers. But Wrangel, I'm not saying Wrangel was, an iconoclast or a leveling type person that didn't want to live well, but he was much more focused on winning the battles and driving on the enemies, where the other generals were more focused, shall we say, on the politics of the situation. How much is this game? Well, The Krispy Kremer. I bought this game for very, very little a while ago on Fanatical. You ought to look at Fanatical as part of a bundle. So I probably paid $1, maybe $2 for this game, but as part of a bundle. I don't think the bundle is still for sale on Fanatical. You can find the game on Matrix's website or look up in Steam. It can be found there, and might not be terribly cheap there. So yeah, I don't specifically have a price for it, and if you find it on sale, it can be very cheap. It's a bit older of a game, so yeah, it can be found cheap if you look for it. But I don't specifically know what the price is now. And I got this game, probably less than 2 months ago, so it's not been that long. Okay, another 3-jar. Okay, national morale. This is one of the central concepts of chain of command. You can't name who you want as army commander. You are supposed to follow the seniority rule, and more often than not, you'll have to name poor generals in charge. So we will select Mannerheim and name him Army Commander. Now click on the button to create an army. Okay, we have him selected. Form army, I guess. And just, it's Revolution Under Siege is the game name. I didn't change that. I guess I couldn't. Well, it's in a couple of places. Bit of a problem to change it. Can I do it live on YouTube? I know I can do it live on Twitch now, but YouTube doesn't have all of the functionality that Twitch does. Really quick. Okay, let's just see if I can update the game here. Update what the game is being here. There we go. Should be updated there, and go to creator dashboard on Twitch. Edit stream info. Yes, there we go. That should help people find it. There we go. Continuing with this. So as you can see, I think you play either side of the situation. Oh, no. Okay, okay, didn't know we could scroll this way through it. Force command point, get back to where we were. As long as we're fixing things, help. Yeah, right, okay. You need a 4-star general. Okay, create a new Finland. Don't mingle it with Luftstorm's group. Okay. Finland Army. Usually the tab is now golden with a star. Yeah, I see a gold with that there. Portrait appeared not later over here. Cool. Each army has certain command radius. You can see the command radius on the map by selecting the army here. Vasa here. Okay, and hold the shift key. Okay, well, that looks like it may. Here in blue, the size of the command radius depends on the skills of the army general. The commander with better skill also has higher command radius. Being an excellent general, Mannerheim's command radius is huge. Yep, okay. It certainly is. Okay, we will talk a bit about the skills of a general now while Mannerheim is still selected. Let's open the elements details window by clicking on the NATO symbol in the element panel. There we go. Symbol of 4 stars, his skills reflected by the different command ratings that you can see at the bottom of the window near his portrait strategic rating. Okay, a strategic offensive defensive. Describes the strategic and operational powers of the general, how he maneuvers and reacts to the enemy, the influence of whether the general is activated or not. Please refer to the manual for further information about activation. Defensive rating is combat bonuses when attacking or defending. In addition to the strategic, offensive, and defensive ratings, leaders may have several special abilities which are also visible in the elements window. Mannerheim has several such of these abilities. The tooltip will explain the meaning of over them. Okay, here we go. Our abilities here: admired commander, Army General HQ Commander, Master of Defense, Training Officer. Units will train in its force up to 2 militia or conscript elements into conscripts or standard elements per turn. Very good. Another important quality of a general is his seniority. You will either find the value below the experience and strength values in the elements detail windows. Okay. Inside the number of stars ranking of a general is determined by this value. The lower the seniority value, the more important the general is. The lower the seniority value, the more important the general is. It seems counterintuitive. General seniority 2, politic 10, okay. This having a ranking 1 is having seniority means that you are the most senior, while a general says 50 means he's not very well known. Okay. In any case, the seniority of given rank, 3 star is always higher in hierarchy than any 2 star. Now you have an army you can attach a corps to. To create a corps, you need a general with at least 2 stars. This general must reside within the command radius of the army. We will now name Luftstorm as corps commander under command of Mannerheim. Please select Luftstorm's Finland Army Force. There, no, come on. Oh, we got to close this first. There we go. Okay, for this stack is still suffers from 20%, though it's saying 10, because of out of command chain of command penalty. On the special orders panels tab, select tent symbol. Okay, we are a tent symbol. New order become available. First column, second row represents the officer before his men. All prerequisites are filled. Check the tooltip. If you're unsure, you can declare stack a corps of the main Finland army. Please do so. Okay, create a corps. Okay, so now that we've done that, we are now a corps. Now you've created the Finland Army Corps. They're all dead now, yes. If you select the corps or the parent army, you will see on the map that the other stack, if visible, starts with a red with a flash in red. Yes. Okay, shows that they are connected by the chain of command. This tab is now in silver, and a diamond appears on the army outliner. Here, okay. That looks like a diamond. Okay, bonuses, chance, benefits attached. Of course, the out-of-chain penalty disappeared. The stack now receives enough command points. Congratulations, you built proper chain of command. You can add Hugland's division to either the Finland Army Corps or to the main army to resolve the main command issue for him. This is the end of the second tutorial. Okay, how do you attach? Okay, oh, here. Oh, we don't want to split units. Maybe just drag and dropping it. Is that what we're supposed to do? There we go. Okay, so now he's part of that. And we can click on him, and yes, he has no longer command issues. Okay, cool. So now we'll leave this and do tutorial. New game. Tutorial, attacking the enemy. Okay. Let's play as Finland. Welcome to the third and last tutorial. In this tutorial, you will start an offensive into enemy territories. Please note that the tutorial is not intended to give you any strategic advice. Thus, the moves you are asked to make might not be the best decision in a real campaign scenario. It is only to show you how the actions are carried out. In the last tutorial, you created a proper command chain for your forces. This is the start setup for the scenario. Deal with the Finland armies advance on Helsinki. Lucky for you, the Reds are rather ill-prepared and help will not arrive rapidly. What's more, there is an idea of setting to understand how the games works. Also, this tutorial, the enemy is totally passive and the weather is always fair. Okay, yeah, I was wondering about the time of year and the weather. Okay, take a look at the ledger. You will find on page 9, simply press F9. I don't want to do that because that stops or starts my recording. So let's there we go, objectives, there we go. Okay, for the key victory and defeat conditions, information about losses. Okay, yes, under objectives impact national morale. If you and your enemies, you can see the temporary Turku and Helsinki are the three of our objectives, not far from each other. If you click on the small flag next to Turku entry ledger. Okay, okay, there we go, down there. Each turn, those strategic cities and objectives are under your control. You'll get victory points. Also, capture an objective impacts national morale. Okay, yes. Ledger, the city is on the map. Unfortunately, you have no information about forces in the city in your area. Fog war. This means that the geography is unknown. You have no idea what's going on there. Okay. A sufficient reconnaissance is very important, as you want to know where the enemy is. For every fog off region on the map, you have a detection rating. This rating is visible in the last line of the region tooltip. VASA, for example, shows detection rating 4, which is detection region versus land units versus ship regions in the area. Where does the value come from? Basically from your units with units with the best detection value. Okay. Finnish air. Okay. Readings for that region in Vasa. There are units. Are your airplanes the Finnish Air Force land detection? The Swift Dragoons of Marikarvia division in the Lands Farm Corps. It's only 3. You can check these values for every element. Details the detection ratio. Also, for example, to adjacent regions is reduced by 1 there. We will do reconnaissance to remove the fog of war. Select the scouting force in Hamapansky and move them southwest to Vamula and the south of that. Okay. Gotta figure out. Where's Vamansky? Or Hapmansky? Okay. I guess that is these guys. Yes. Select a scouting force there and move them southwest there, and then south to here. Okay, so there we go. I guess that's what we're supposed to do. It's communication. Oh, no. Let's, no. No, it's this scouting force here. Well, okay, we messed this up. Let's restart this. I know this is fun, but we don't have to reread everything. No, okay, we're back here. Okay, there we go. There's our scouting forces. There we go. Okay, so we want to move these guys to here and then to here. Okay, that makes sense a little more. So we move them directly. The path will go through temporary, which I guess is there. And we're not yet ready to fight there if you have trouble locating the region. Okay, we found it. If no unit is present in the location, you'll get a base detection radio of 2 if the area is under your control. If an enemy unit is present in the region, its hide values compared to your detection. Let's move towards temporary and Helsinki now. Okay, I am. Okay. Okay, select the Finland army. That's Hugland's column. Okay, there we go, Finland army. Open the first tab of the special orders panel. Special orders panel, the button marked with 2 arrows here. which may already be active or ready. This is the synchronization movement order. If you use this order, all army and corps groups in the region belonging to the same army will move with the same speed to the same destination. This will make sure that all the corps move to their destination at the same time. This order can only be used with corps starting from the same region and belonging to the same army. Please double check that is activated. Yes, okay, we have now activated this. Note days traveled for each force still indicates on the purpose. Okay. On to temporary. Now, your army in Lomé. You must drag and drop Wilma first. What are we doing here? What am I missing here? Okay. The temporary order, the first to move. Finland army move to Lomé. Okay, that is I'm not seeing. Okay, just down here. Okay, we've already. Okay, guys. Finland army to here. See that they are already coordinated. Yeah, it looks like they have this already active here, I guess. But there's a corps, any corps not in vessel will not coordinate with the army. Directly on the top of the panel, you will find two lines colored. These postures, first line, rules of engagement, busting the posture of forces determines how your troops react if they encounter enemy forces. That's these things. Influence your troop playing the function. As we move to attack the enemy, switch all your forces to the offensive posture. Offensive posture. The tooltips will explain the formation as we move to attack the enemy. Switch all your forces. Please resolve the turn now. Okay. Okay, welcome to turn 2. So we've moved down here, we've picked up the Ori, and we have the scouts down there as well. The message logs informs you that now have I scared off Ari and everybody else, I guess, with the name change? And Lum? Well, Lum may have something better to do, like sleep, I don't know. Oh, you're still alive, cool. Just didn't know, making sure. So late for Lum, I figured he'd probably go to sleep. You know, it's what, almost 11 o'clock at night for him. Just listening to Finnish music. Okay, good, cool. Just interested. Okay. The message logs informs you that some of your forces reached their destination, the Finland army. Now down here we have our various logs for the turn. They also uncovered an enemy stack, the Turku garrison in Turku. Due to our marginal detection rating in the region, we only know that the units are present, but nothing about their strength. You can check this with the tooltip, like over here. Okay. Leader, militia, hide value 2. Predators do nothing about their strength. Let's attack the enemy in temporary first. The army there is strong, but we are, after all, led by Mannerheim. Note, be wary of enemy corps, which are barely detected, as they could receive help in battle from uncovered friendly corps. I'm just playing Risk of Rain 2, it's almost 12. I'm not being British. European time zones scare me. I have trouble trying to manage this. I'm still looking for someday getting a clock or a set of clocks or something like that, so I can put out specific time zones so I can just look up at a glance. I remember somewhere seeing years and years ago now a really nice mechanical time clock. It was a map of the world, I don't know, maybe 20 inches across, maybe a foot tall. A foot is 12 inches, and a foot is approximately the length of your foot, just for you Europeans. Clock that had a map of the world and then little windows, different places along it, with the time zone sort of marked out on the map, but then little windows so you would see as the day would go on, the time in each of the different zones around it. So you didn't have to do math. You could just see, oh, hey, Tokyo time is currently this, and, Paris time is that. And it just, know the major areas. And then, of course, you could look at the map to see what time zones are connected to Paris time, kind of thing. I really would love to get something like that. Yes, Portugal does use the British time, if I'm not mistaken. They're sort of the one European mainland countries on Greenwich Mean Time, where Spain, France, Germany are an hour earlier than British Mean Time. Okay, let's see, support. Okay, first notice you'll have to double click on to preparing to attack messages box. It's armored trains. Okay. Okay. Now the message box to continue the window after reading the following message. Oh, so we have to go back to the messages. No, did I butcher all this up badly again? How do we get back to the messages? Sure, there's a way. Yeah. Maybe I'm not sure there's a way. No, not main menu. Oh, replay previous turn. Cool. Oh, we'll continue game. Okay, here we are back here. Okay. Now we've lost the tutorial button. Man, how am I butchering this up so badly? Okay, guys. Americans still the only ones who don't get metric system thought as a main way of doing anything. You still rather use your back What are British Imperial weirdo units? Yes, but they're actually different than the British Imperial units, though they're similarly named. Sort of our way of saying, fuck no, we're not Europeans. We are Americans. Okay, guys, let's see. We're going to restart this again. Maybe one more restart out of this. Back to main menu, new game. Attacking the enemy. Yes. Finland, yes. Somehow I'm butchering this. Okay. Yes. Reconnaissance, yes. Come up here. Now we're looking for here. There we go. And here we want to click that. And we're going to drag you all the way down to here. Cool. And then we will end the turn. Let's make sure we get there. End the turn. Right, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, first you'll notice double click. Preparing, okay, double click, preparing to attack. Bottom of the log, arrive message, double click message to read it. Ah, here we are. Okay. White's armored train. The sole armored train made by the Finnish Whites was named Karjalan Pelastaya, the savior of Karelia. It operated in the region of the same name and had a single artillery wagon powered by lightly armored locomotive. Too bad IKB isn't here. He's missing an armored train. Its sole weapon was a 76mm mountain gun. To ensure close defense, the crew had to use guns or pistol fire from holes made through the armored plates of the wagon. Despite this, the train had some success. In its presence on the front was great morale booster for the nationalist soldier. Okay, cool. So we got to see that. Now, how do we get back to the tutorial thingy now? Oh boy. That's just what we need the tutorial bit back up here. Well, guys, you know, I think we're going to quit. I'm going to discontinue this probably on my own sometime. Why not surrender to the dictatorship? I don't know. 100 arguments. Okay. Well, the friend. Idea Republic and you America. No, the Res Publica starts, well, before Rome. I mean, Plato and Aristotle definitely used the term republic. Hell, Plato writes a book called The Republic. So yeah, it certainly wasn't an American idea. They were just trying to copy what they saw the best elements of. Oh, there were some of the first ones starting to look at it in a modern sense. But they were just looking at going back to, well, what was good about Rome? Let's try to take the good parts of Rome, constitution, if you will. And so, yeah, that's what they did. Okay, well, all of you people who suffered this far through it on YouTube, thanks so much. If you've suffered this far and still like it here, please hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend about you watching people painfully learning the game. Suffering is fun, yes, for the people watching. And so, I think there's enough interest for once I learn how to play this to try to play some Russian Civil War. Might be of interest, get me talking about killing communists, that kind of thing. So, if you're watching this later, what do you think about the idea of live streams on Fridays? I don't know if they'll be, how long, whether it's like, this is almost 3 hours or 4 hours or just 2 hours. if you guys want to come and hang out with me while I play different strategy games. Thanks so much, everyone. See you next time.